this message is for Jennifer. Jennifer, I was just calling to confirm your creditor's meeting in Central Islip Bankruptcy Court. Just so you know, it does proceed at 9 a.m., so please be there by 8 a.m., 8:30 the latest. Thanks, Jennifer. Have a great day.
I have to have a cigarette. It's taken a few months to kind of go through this process, but at this point, you know, even one full-time day job can't even pay my rent. And I don't live lavishly, I just live in New York. I think if I could change anything at this point, I think I would have probably been quieter and planned this out a little bit more. I don't know, I thought I work as a drag queen. I considered Aunt Barbara just a character of who I am. It's a part of who I am. And I guess I thought that, well, if they accept Aunt Barbara, why wouldn't they accept me? It's, you know, I'm just the person who's behind Aunt Barbara. I guess I was wrong. Yikes.
1, 2, 3. Those vegetables are chopped. How fantastic is that?
Tupperware's top sales director. I'm Robert. How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing wonderful, TJ.
Here's the thing. People like Aunt Barbara. I'm not selling the Tupperware. I'm selling Aunt Barbara.
Listen, you fill them halfway with marbles, you can use them as maracas. They're fantastic. They've been around for a gazillion years.
I'd like to think that people think that she's an interesting character. A brassy, tell it like it is, kind of broad. Hopefully not a man dressed as a woman as a character, you know?
If they want to get their hands on something, I always suggest that you have it and you get it at a Tupperware party.
Anyone estrogen? Anyone? No? Okay. Just ask. All right, I'm gonna go get Lovely. And I think everything's good. I never considered Aunt Barbara a drag queen.
Oh, you have a bathroom here?
I considered Aunt Barbara a character, and it was a character I played.
I'm ready! I'm ready! What's your name? Gloria. Nice to meet you.
Have a cocktail, this will all make sense.
Yes.
Aunt Barbara House sort of turned into, somewhat of a celebrity. You know, a lot of people say, oh, I can't believe I'm meeting you. Oh my God. I'm like, I'm a freaking Tupperware lady.
We're over here! Hello!
Who the hell are you?
I'm Luann. I'm Lulu.
Oh, I like you.
Nice to meet
You're
you.
adorable.
I've heard about you
You
forever.
did. Who the hell told you? I'm on every
you,
bathroom
honey.
wall in Suffolk. Come on in.
I have wrinkles.
I'll let them know you're here. Linda Evans is here! Oh my God, tell you, my foundation garments are working overtime tonight. We're over here! They're not coming here. But usually they slow down and they don't know where they're going and then they see me. And then they're like, yeah, that's the freaking thing. But enough about me.
The highest year that I sold Tupperware, I sold over $300,000 in Tupperware. One person selling $300,000 worth of $30 bowl sets. It's a lot of Tupperware to sell. I earned a Ford Mustang or a cash bonus. I took the cash bonus and bought a Cadillac. I earned a trip to Hawaii, trips to Florida, trips to New Orleans. It's just wonderful incentives that they offer.
How was I gonna pay my bills? How was I gonna make ends meet? Tupperware! Prostitution.
As much as I enjoyed being Aunt Barbara, and I enjoyed the success of Tupperware, it was also, you know, it's an escape. I was working and burying myself in Aunt Barbara because I wanted to escape being Robert Suhan. I was drinking a lot. I was depressed. I didn't want to continue being somebody that I wasn't. I felt like I was living a lie. It was my 45th birthday. I sent my sisters an email telling them that I was going to take a year of my life to seriously consider transitioning to female, because I've always identified as a female, and I am a female.
And so we want to make sure that we're helping people through the transition process so someone's not out there alone and someone's not making a quick decision that then they regret.
I'm preparing for corrective top surgery, and then next year, sexual reassignment surgery, because that's my next step. There's a lot of doctor's visits involved in that, a lot of tests. So, just keep moving forward. I'm happy to have it, so I'm ready to do whatever I need to do. So, it's been a long time coming. Let's start at the beginning. I was named at birth Robert Joseph Suhan. I grew up on Long Island, large family, 7 children, waterfront community. My childhood was very happy, wonderful parents, wonderful siblings, but I was expected to be something that I wasn't, and I had to carry that with me for many years. In the early 1970s, I vividly remember where I was in my house and walking around in my sister's new outfit, and my mother's, you know, saying, you know, you can't wear that. That's not for you. It's for your sister. You know, that's for a girl. And I said to her, well, I'm going to be a girl. And she said, no, you're not going to be a girl. You're a boy. That's when I learned gender. That's when I learned the difference between males and females. And the expectations started there. So at the age of 15, after trying to cope and deal with, I got very depressed and attempted suicide. Ended up in a mental hospital for about 4 months. And I finally realized that, you know, I have 2 choices. I can let this eat me up inside, or I could do the best that I could to live some sort of a life. And when I went back to high school, I said, you know what? I'm getting out of here. I'm going to go to school. I'm going to have a career. I'm going to have a life. I was the first child in my family to go to college. I went from being an art major to a theater major. What I loved about theater was that I could be different. I could be off the wall. I could be somebody else. I was 24 years old. It was 1994, and I was auditioning in the city for extra roles and bit parts. At some point, a friend of mine mentioned his Aunt Barbara, and I started talking about my Aunt Barbara. We appointed Aunt Barbara as an international spokesperson for various products, humorous products, some not so humorous products, but we made a videotape and he sent it to another friend who thought it was extremely funny. We had a lot of fun with that.
You know, it's so wonderful that you're here to join us today. I'm going to tell you a little something about beech nut. That's right, beech nut. Mandarin oranges won't go away.
You know, if Aunt Barbara had a bigger career, she would have been a great spokesperson, I thought.
Hoffman House Lunch and Loaf is not that bad. I found something even worse. It's value lunch and loaf.
In 1995, my sister lived a few blocks away, and she was having a Tupperware party, and she called me up and she said, would you come to my Tupperware party? And I said, sure, when's the party? And she said, it started 10 minutes ago, there's nobody here, I invited all these people, please come. Went to the party, and the woman who was the Tupperware demonstrator was lovely, but she was very soft-spoken, she was very quiet, and I just started cracking jokes and having fun, not at her expense, but just to help the party along a little bit.
All right, I'm gonna get a couple more things, and then I'll be all done.
And after the party, I placed a large order, and she said, you could sell Tupperware, you should sell this. And I said, well, if I sell it, I'm gonna sell it as, you know, my alter ego, the character of Aunt Barbara. And she said, I don't care what you do, as long as you sell.
Girls, you've been a lovely audience. Please feel free to come up and touch my things. Please give yourselves and your hostess, Naomi, a big round of applause.
Tupperware was developed, I believe it's the 1940s, by Earl Tupper, who came up with something completely new and revolutionary, which was plastic food storage.
This is Tupperware, the airtight plastic containers that keep good foods fresher, longer.
Back in the 40s and 50s and 60s, women were home, and women who were uneducated, who didn't have high school diplomas, could sell Tupperware, could be a businesswoman, could have a career. And her network were, the women she knew on the block.
The one way to buy Tupperware is a fun way, at a Tupperware home party, where you can see it demonstrated and order the Tupperware you need.
And they would get together and they'd sell, and then they'd recruit, and they'd get somebody 5 blocks away, and then she would start having parties. And it offered these women an opportunity to have a career.
Come to a Tupperware party and see all the new ways you can lock in freshness. Look at all the ways we keep it.
Years later, I needed a second job, and I revisited the idea of Aunt Barbara, and I said, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna sell Tupperware. And I did one party, and one led to 2, and before I knew it, just took off.
If we look at it this way, I've been selling Tupperware for 10 years. I average 300 parties a year, right? You do the math. I know, I'm so intrigued.
I was burying myself in working as much as I could. And when I slowed down and said, why aren't you happy? You're making all these people happy. You're successful. You're doing well. Why aren't you happy? And the truth is, you get to a point in your life where you say, enough is enough. I'm going to be the person I was meant to be. A lot of people close to me that I said, I was going to transition, said, I worry about your business. I worry about how it's going to affect your livelihood. And what I said was, this is bigger than a job. It's bigger than the character that I play. This is at the essence of who I am as a person. I was hopeful that my business would continue and thrive, but I wasn't really all that worried about it because I was being true to myself.
Oh, okay, here we go.
When I first came out, and I came out on social media to let people know who I was, I saw a decline in my Tupperware parties. And the decline was slow and steady over the course of about 2 years. When I got to the point where I had exhausted my savings and the parties were just canceling, the bills piled up. I didn't have the money to cover them all. So little by little, I had nothing.
It was pretty cut and dry. I mean, everything was there. All the paperwork was there. And I'm in the red, Even though, that debt is dismissed, I'm still, I still run in a budget in the red. So I have to, once again, change my life and downsize my life to what I can now afford.
I have movers here. They're moving my stuff out of my apartment, moving to a smaller place. I just thought I'd be here a lot longer, but I guess not. It's gonna be an adjustment, but I'm so much more fortunate than a lot of other transgender people who don't have friends to take them in. I didn't want to post that I couldn't pay my rent and would shortly be evicted from my apartment, but I posted that I was looking for a smaller, less expensive place to live. A good friend of mine, Lorraine, responded on Facebook that she would welcome me into her home and that she had a space for me. And that meant a lot to me. I'm strong, let me tell you, I've been really strong. This is tough. This is tough. Not tough to live here.
No, it's
and
just
have
transition.
You.
It's
And
transition.
Well, transition. The whole thing's a transition. The whole thing's a transition.
Transition.
The whole thing is.
I meant transition.
I know. I've known her for 30 years. We went to college together. We met and we just hit it off. She was actually the first person I told that I was going to be transitioning.
When Bobby called me to let me know that he had decided to make this transition, and he was crying, and he was like, I decided to make the, the decision to transition, and I don't want you to be mad at me. And I said, be mad at you? Like, what am I gonna be mad at you for? You're a person, you're a human being, you're still the same human being.
When I came out to my sisters, I thought they would all just go, well, it's about time. Absolutely, we all get it, we understand it. But it was the opposite. They were all confused by it. So for so long, I would avoid my family because it was just that it was a constant reminder that I didn't know where to fit in. To have Lorraine say, I know you, I love you, I accept you for who you are. You've always been a friend, and my home is open to you. That means more than I think she'll ever know. Right. Let's go spread some joy. That's what I try to do when I go to work. I got a job, a low-level position at an agency, and that was my proving ground. Good morning, family residences. And I've been there for several months, and I was just promoted to the administrative assistant to the president. So I went from a clerical position to an executive assistant position, which is wonderful. Because those are people that are recognizing in me, what I'm capable of. And they're not just judging me based on the fact that I'm transgender. You're right. I started working with Anthony, who is wonderful. So did I miss anything today? No? No excitement? No drama? There's always something going on. He has cerebral palsy. I work with him during the daytime at work. He actually runs our mailroom there. And Anthony is very physically compromised, but cognitively he's intelligent, aware, and he and I have developed a great relationship.
I have the mail upstairs already.
The mail came already? It's not a lot, Anthony. I can help you sort it right here. This is it? This is what you bring me? This is the mail today? Yesterday we had one of these overflowing. He's one of the most positive, funny people I know. And that's what I love, because that's what I like to do for other people. Is make them feel the way that Anthony makes me feel.
I love her. She's a pleasure to work with. She keeps saying how amazing I am, but I feel the same way about her. And sometimes she tells me how people are very, very nasty. I cannot understand how people are like that. So what? She's transgender. She's still a loving human being. I guess that we'll lose out knowing this wonderful person. It's sad.
I'm on estrogen. You're gonna make me cry over here? You're a ray of sunshine every time I come in here. With all that's happened to me over the past 2 years since I came out as transgender, my friends have been really my family. They've come to my rescue over and over again, helping me financially, reassuring me, maybe not fully comprehending or understanding my motivation for this, but honoring that it's my decision and it's that who I truly feel I am, and I'm being true to myself. At this point in my life, my friends are my family. Aunt Barbara served a purpose. It helped me through a very difficult period, financially, emotionally, and really with my transition, because having been that character, it gave me the confidence to go forward with my transition, to be the person I am now, to be the person I'll become. And I look in the mirror and I may not like everything I see, but I can visualize and I see the person that I was supposed to be.